Welcome to the Antonio Parkinson Project. Today we're talking about Trump going gangster on Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky. And also, should black folks that slide to the other side be defended by black folks who have not? That's going to be a question. And what really happened at Crosstown Concourse? Rachel Spriggs is in the building to tell the story, but y'all don't go anywhere. Hit that subscribe button. We'll be right back. You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project. Welcome back to the Antonio Parkinson Project. There's a lot of conversation going on in between segments. This is some hot stuff. Hey, you're watching the fastest growing visual podcast in the Memphis market.
Say that.
Hey, speaking of which, you know, we're about to come up on that 7 million views.
7 million. Count them.
Yep. We ain't playing with them, right? And we are a year and 1 month old. A year and 1 month old. So we've been doing this thing, man. Yeah, give it up for my lovely co-host Angelica Jelly Woods in the building. Yeah. And give it up for my DJ Kojak in the building. Black History Month. Look at
you turned up your last day, Black History Month.
All of a sudden, right? They spending all this money at Amazon and Walmart the other day.
Never.
Right?
Never.
Did you buy something today?
Never.
Right. Give it up for our lovely guest. Rachel is in the building. Finally, we got her. Yeah. She is in the building. You know, welcome, Rachel. We truly appreciate you being here. Listen. Tell the truth, shame the devil, right? We listen and we don't judge, right? Angelica, did you spend some money with somebody today other than black?
I didn't spend no money with nobody. I haven't spent not $1 today.
Okay, you sure? Okay.
Gas. I got my gas.
Right.
I'm gonna ask Rachel what she bought today.
Right. Hey. Wait a minute.
I ain't been to Target. I gotta tell the truth about Amazon. I'm gonna tell the truth, y'all. My baby gonna see Blimpy. I had to order these shirts. I had to get a fast. Forgive me, y'all. Forgive me, the black community. I was desperate.
What you have to do?
And he white. Forgive me. I'm being honest.
I don't want you to answer this question. But let me go to Kojak. We know you ain't spending no money with nobody because you cheap as hell. Right. I mean, black or white or in between. Kojak ain't spending nobody.
I approve this message.
What you did about? We got Taco Bell today.
No. Actually, I had to go and purchase some things because we're open tonight. The club is open tonight.
Oh my God.
Hip Hop Lounge, 5721 Riley LaGrange. Well, I had to get some chicken, so I had to go. Had to go to Gordon. I went to Gordon. I went to Lit, and I had to get I had to get some more liquor.
But why you couldn't do it the day? Why you couldn't do it earlier?
That's a whole nother conversation.
Right. Well, Rachel, we don't want you to answer that question yet. We're gonna ask you in the next segment.
But Kojak don't plan. But I need to talk about what happened with the black girl. The black boy and the white girl, though, y'all getting off. I mean, seriously.
Well, we were about to get on, right? And I actually stuck the wrong paper up there, but you know, Angelica, tell us about this because it's pretty serious, right? It's a pretty serious story.
I know, and Rachel hasn't heard about it, so I'm excited. Okay, so there is. I know.
Really?
I don't even know what.
Wow.
I don't even know what.
When you hear this story, ask her if she's still excited after you hear this story.
Oh my God!
Wow.
So there's a black dude who was dating a white girl. Not the first, won't be the last. All right. Mm-hmm. He publicly put on his Twitter that he'd rather F a dog than be with a black woman. Mm. He said with the white girl that he put a picture, I'm with her to the death of us, to the death of me. And, you know, black people on there going ham talking about like, well, you dead. And she
that's a great teaser without you telling the whole story.
Yes, but I need you to play the video.
Thank you.
Mugshot released for 25-year-old Hannah Cobb, facing felony involuntary manslaughter charges in the shooting death of 30-year-old Telvin Osborne. This after the community and social media erupted this week after no immediate arrest was made in this case. According to a Burke County incident report, deputies responded to Western Estates on 4 Points Road Sunday morning for a gunshot wound. At the home, they found 30-year-old Telvin Osborne shot in the upper chest. Deputies say the suspect, Hannah Cobb, called deputies and was applying pressure to the wound when they arrived. Cobb told deputies her and Osborne had been out all night and recently got home. Cobb told deputies in the report she was checking her firearm as they do every night. That's when the gun went off, hitting Osborne. Cobb told deputies she thought the gun was on safe while checking it.
The case required a considerable amount of time and attention to detail, ensuring that there was a comprehensive inquiry, a thorough sifting of the evidence, and we have filed appropriate charges.
According to Sheriff Alfonso Williams, there's been misinformation spread about the case, including the suspect cleaning the weapon when it went off.
At no point during the investigation was there any information about a person cleaning a weapon.
He did say alcohol was involved in the shooting, and they're not listing this as accidental. He also said there was an altercation with some, quote, pushing and shoving before the incident happened.
It is reckless to go out and get drunk and then introduce a firearm into an argument.
I asked the sheriff if Cobb turned herself in or if deputies went to get her. The sheriff said they made arrangements with her to pick her up. Osborne's family tells us the 30-year-old worked out at Savannah Riverside, but often loved to fish, hunt, and raise animals. He was a father of two who they say loved his entire family.
Hey, give us a countdown after the
Now, what's crazy about this whole situation, they arranged to pick her up.
Wait a minute. What they did? What now?
They arranged to pick her up.
That's kind of like they did the dude that shot up the church, right? And they took him to Burger King.
Yeah, you just gonna. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Remember arranged to pick her up.
Yeah.
I guess on social media, what they did say, people said she came home. There is footage if y'all go online. I mean, y'all. I mean, she was drunk, turned up in the club. I don't know what club she was in or what hit town.
Was she in the black club?
She was playing. She was dancing some black music. You could tell she was dancing. I guess y'all gotta look. Play the video. I'm just joking, Josh.
Nah, don't do that, Josh.
There's no video. I'm just joking, but she was dancing. She went home. Everybody said she was cleaning her gun, but apparently they said that's not the case. She picked it up. Probably was, I don't know, pointing it. I don't know. And she said she didn't know there was the safety was off. Now,
what kind of gun? You ain't got to answer that because a lot of guns don't even have safeties anymore.
I don't know, but I'm gonna tell y'all this story that my husband gonna kill me about, and I told you I was gonna tell y'all this story.
Uh-oh.
All right, so
Mitch.
I know he probably watching the barbershop. So when we first got married, he has an AR, them big guns, right?
AR.
And so he came in my office at the time, and he had like pointed it. I said, "Do not point that gun at me because I don't play about guns." Like, girl, ain't nothing in this gun. Cocked it, and it went boom.
Oh,
wow. I mean,
you're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
My ears were ringing. I know he was so mad. My ears were ringing. I mean, it scared the crap out of him. Like, but I'm saying.
So what did he shoot?
It went through the wall and then it went through the hallway wall. But see, the iron.
How far away from that shot
was you?
Right. So if it's like here, it's like he's saying there's no. He went down like this
with his finger on the trigger.
No, it wasn't on. So I don't get no. Well, it's up here, and he said, "Babe, I don't ever put no things in there," and kind of shot it down like whatever, however.
Yeah.
And it went through that wall and said it came through this wall.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right beside you.
Yeah, it was our ear. Our ears.
We almost lost you,
man.
I said you would have been in jail. We just got married. I got an insurance policy. Who would have believed that story?
Yep.
Not saying this girl didn't do it.
Shot you. You want to get
Rachel would have been our co-host.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But
let's go to our lovely co-host, Rachel.
His friend was playing with a gun though, and I guess he didn't know his friend must have loaded it. He didn't know his friend had loaded the gun.
But I was training in the Marine Corps.
I'm sorry, babe. Don't be mad at me, please.
You meant to say that.
That's why at the state level I fight for gun safety training for our people, right? For our people. I took my daughter to. I know we're getting off subject, but we're gonna get back on. But I took my daughter to gun when I wouldn't qualify for my permit. I took my 11-year-old daughter with me for the whole entire class. She took the test too, right? And she passed the test, right? But after that, I never have to worry about if I lay a gun around her picking it up, playing with it, this, that, and other. We've been taught as Black folks, right? to be afraid of guns.
Say that. Come
That's
on.
some bullshit.
Come on now.
You know, we should hell, we the ones that need protection from our folks and them folks.
Man, both
You
sides.
know, both sides, right? And so we should be embracing and taking our children to these gun safety classes, and grown folks should go too, because you should not be afraid of them. You should know how to use them.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
And apparently he hadn't had a class.
Yes, he has. He had a class, and he had his
She
license.
said, we ain't gonna do that.
And he has a full safe that he puts them in. We have numerous guns at our house. That's probably gonna be. He's very safe. Like, he do not play. So
Yeah, that was really safe. Yeah.
so he like, because guys, he never has them loaded. Like, he's the only person that ever touched them. That
But
one
you know-
time he let his friend.
But you know, that's the first thing, Mitch. And Mitch, you know, I fuck with you, man, the hard way,
Well,
right?
he
But
probably
look,
like,
no diddy, right? But
No diddy.
no diddy.
No diddy.
But you know, that's the first thing you want to do when you pick up a weapon. You want
Exactly.
to clear. You
Clear
want
it.
to make sure it is clear,
First.
right? Visually, make sure. And they taught us stick your finger in there. Stick your pinky in there. Make sure there is no
That's the
round in
one
that
part
chamber.
you remember.
I remember all that shit. Right? Seriously, yeah. Well, I ain't almost shoot nobody.
Okay.
While you over there
I
talking
told him I was gonna
about
tell
that.
y'all that
Man,
story.
He said, you gonna throw shit, he gonna throw it back.
Look,
Yeah, I know.
he hating it. It's a Mitch, poor Mitch.
I'm sorry, Mitch. I'm
Mitch,
sorry.
we know.
Hopefully
you
I ain't
do better.
watching the barbershop.
But you know, and actually back to the subject at hand,
Come on.
right? So Angelica.
Oh, you just text me, really?
Now.
Hey,
So then what we doing? So then what we doing?
On the last day of Black
So then what we
History,
doing?
right?
Help other people.
Right. That's
to
a
avoid-
moment in Black history.
Okay, that's the point, though. The whole thing, he dogged the black woman.
He
So,
dogged black women,
yeah, women.
right? Because he said, now what did he say? Remind the folks
He
what
rather
he said.
a dog than mess with a black woman. So, Rich, I have a question for you.
Wait a minute, and now
And now a white woman took his life. But apparently, it may be a rumor. Her parents are some kind of, it's like a small town, it's a trailer.
like
That
Iowa.
might be in a. We don't really have no trailer park. One trailer park we did where I lived at.
You lived in it, right?
I didn't live in no trailer park.
Oh,
really.
man. Look, Sunnyside trailer homes.
Remember, I lived in the flats with the black
Right,
people.
right. Oh, okay.
But Rachel, do you think that black women should come to the defense? Because I ain't gonna finish the question, but go ahead.
Now you got to finish the question.
Because
how she supposed to know
online-
how to answer it?
No, I'm saying, do you think black people should come to his defense? Because the families are online saying, like, we don't feel how he feels about, and apologizing what he said, but they want people to pretty much, how you can like petition and rally, you make a whole bunch of noise behind the issue.
Yeah.
And a lot of black women are just like,
Shit.
Right. And
How you feel about that?
I think black women are constantly called to come to the rescue of, people that don't come to the rescue of us.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
You know what I'm saying? So my answer is definitely no. I think at some point we got to, preserve. We got to figure out, like this not my fight. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's where I'm at with that. Like
Yeah.
you fuck your dog.
Yeah.
Damn.
he gonna be dogs go to hell. That's gonna be
That's what I mean. Like
Oh, wait.
and I was gonna say something mean. He gonna put me 2 parks already.
You know
Like
you're gonna
that.
get clipped, right?
Listen, but yeah.
But that's interesting because that's we really want to know, and to the people that's watching, y'all please chime in. Should we be defending those black folks that denounce or disassociate with us as a people?
Yeah. If you go to the other side, can you come back?
Right. So hit the comments, right? Because we want to hear from you.
I can't say no to your job, cause I wanna lose my mind with you. I can't say no to your love, cause I wanna lose my mind with you.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Elise Neal. You are watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
And so, but look, but from a political standpoint, right? Oh, there was drama at the Tennessee Legislature this week, man.
Y'all always got
man,
drama.
well, yeah,
It's like a soap opera.
it's drama coming from every angle. It's just oozes drama, right? But there was let me set this up. There was a Republican member Gino Bolso, one of our most far right members, right?
Mhm.
He's the one that now has taken up the mantle from former Representative Reagan to get rid of all DEI, he everything anti-LGBTQ, this, that, and other, some of which I agree with, right? And everything, anti-black. But he came with this resolution or this bill to put a plaque on the side of the desk in the chamber, like we did for our beloved State Representative Lois DeBerry, right? Speaker pro tem, first ever Black woman, right?
Come on
Speaking of
now.
Women's Month coming up.
Come on now.
But Gino Bolso wanted to do one for former State Representative John DeBerry, right? And so, when they introduced this legislation in committee, that's when the fight started. Whoa, run that video.
There are no desks on the House floor named after living people. Mr. DeBerry serves as a senior advisor to the governor, and he's being paid $18,947 a month. He was the #1 advocate for the governor's voucher plan, which was a scam. And
Representative Jones, let's stay on. We're recognizing the man, not how much money he makes.
I think the people of my district would not want us to honor someone who pushed through a voucher scam that's going to defund our public schools and privatize education and did it for a check of over $18,000 a month. It is wrong. And I think that every member of this committee who was against vouchers should know that he was one of the biggest advocates who the governor tromped out.
I'm going to stop you one more time. And it's not like baseball. You don't get 3 strikes. Let's stay on Mr. DeBerry, on the bill in front of us, rather than politicize previous events or the salary this gentleman makes. Mr. Jones.
Thank you, Representative Fritz. We are choosing to honor a former member who spent his most recent actions as his #1 priority trying to privatize our schools. That does not deserve further accolades. I think $18,000 a month is enough.
In this period of hyper-partisanship, notable and commendable, Chairman Bolso, for you to bring this resolution attempting to honor someone who was a member of the minority party who now serves with the governor.
He is a very principled person. As the representative Dixon County was saying, we have become so partisan. We have to learn how to care for each other and stop being so aggressive in nature toward each other. And this is not directed at my colleague from Davidson County at all. I'm talking as a whole, so don't try to start anything. The temperature of this house is very high, and we have to find a way. It's on us to bring it down. I like Representative DeBerry, and I think he's a good person.
I see the ayes have it.
Since we are bemoaning hyperpartisanship, a simple resolution honor the life and legacy of a beloved community member of my district has been derailed and delayed because of petty partisanship and the unchecked discretion of this Republican supermajority. So on behalf of the residents of House District 51, this is bullshit.
Mr. Chairman, you have 3 ayes, 6 noes.
The bill moves out with a negative recommendation.
Bipartisanship is a cover for us, the minority, to be silent about our pain, to be silent about the pain of our constituents. There's no bipartisanship in a building controlled by people who are drunk with power. And to any Democrat who is playing that false game and spreading that mythology that, we want to tone down the temperature, the message should be directed toward the speaker, toward those in the majority, toward the chairmen of these committees, not to us who are simply trying to make sure that our voices of the people in our district are heard. So often here, Democrats have went along and played this plantation politics during the State of the State, where members of our own party were lecturing us about walking out, making behind-the-scenes deals to pass pointless things like a state song or a state food that do nothing to improve the lives of our constituents. I think that we have to hold both Democrats and Republicans accountable, bowing down to fascism and authoritarianism, because right now is not the time to go along to get along, but right now is the time to rise up and speak up. Decorum is being weaponized to silence dissent, and I'm so ashamed of my colleagues on my side of the aisle, some of them who've been here longer than I've been alive, who've played this game. We are not the minority party, we are the opposition party, and our job is to hold them accountable, to speak truth to power, and to question things. There are so many other Tennesseans we should honor, people like Diane Nash, who led sit-ins, people like Ida B. Wells, who was a journalist who was run out of Tennessee by white supremacist terror, and not people who simply been tools in taking away our rights, shifting resources from the poor to the wealthy. That's not the type of Tennessean we should honor. Let's honor the South's true heroes.
I got to know him as a person, appreciate what he did for me. I know he helped other people along the way, so that's why I voted the way I voted. This was an opportunity for us to, as we always do as Democrats, take the high road. I do not believe as a black man that I'm going to down another black man in public. Anything before he sells out or he's a Democrat or a Republican, he's black first. You can't deny that. When you look at him, that's the first thing you see, a black man. Sure. You don't see a Republican or a Democrat.
But would you agree that he sold out? Do you think that?
I think that on some issues, we did not align. He made his choices, I make my choices, but I don't think any less of them for that.
Now, this cuts to the heart of what we're talking about, right? Once they move over, should we be fighting? Should we be defending folks to come back, right, to the fold, right? So, let me touch on State Representative John DeBerry. Just to give y'all a little background on Representative John DeBerry.
Yeah.
Representative John DeBerry was State Representative. Tory Harris is the one who took his place. Right. And he was removed from as a bona fide Democrat because of, his conservative vote. Right. Mm-hmm. Now, but this is dynamic. Now, we're going to jump in a little bit. We're going to add a little bit more time to this segment because this is a very important conversation. So he was removed as a bona fide Democrat by the state Democratic Party. Now, watch this. Here's why they say they made a pitch for him to be removed. You get in the wall, baby.
So it's like it's like impeachment.
What it is no, you're fine. But they can watch you. They can hear me too. But so he was a conservative Democrat. What is now? So this is a good education piece. Yeah. So you got far left Democrats that are way out here, and then you got far right Republicans that are way out here. I'm trying to get it in the frame. Way out here, right? Mm-hmm. Now, so these are the people that want to get rid of DEI. They run all of the anti-LGBTQ legislation, so on and so forth. These are the people on the Democratic side that is, extreme pro-life, everything LGBTQ, so on and so forth, right? So you got these two poles, right? But in here in the middle, in this space is most people, right? Mm-hmm. So there are some things that, so this would be a Democrat, right? In this space, Republicans in this space, right? And then so most of these people see things that Democrats do that are great. They see some things that Democrats do that are okay. Mm-hmm. These people see some things that Republicans do that are okay, right? And there's a lot of gray space, right? You follow me? Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. So now John DeBerry was a conservative Democrat, right? So here's the Democrats, right? He was a lot closer to the middle. Yeah. Right? Because he was
by the Republicans.
Closer to the middle, which would be the dividing line for Republican Democrat. Mm-hmm. So, and then you got moderate Republicans that are close to the line and right, for Democrats. But John DeBerry was pro-life, right? Which means anti-abortion, right? He was pro-traditional family, right? Which means he wasn't voting. He would vote with Republicans on a lot of the LGBTQ issues, right? And he was pro-vouchers, right? Right. And so and then you have iterations of all of that. You may have, like me, I'm a pro-gun Democrat, right? I'm a Marine. I mean, what y'all expect? I am pro-gun. However, with common sense, right? I am anti-discrimination, but I'm not for trans women playing sports with, women in our schools, right? I voted with the Republicans on that, right? And I stand by my vote, right? But I voted against vouchers. I vote for against anything that would remove DEI. And so on and so forth. So there's a lot of gray area in that space. But here is the problem.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
Our numbers, right? Mm-hmm. When you talk about the Tennessee House of Representatives, and I told our caucus this, I said, we have to make room for conservative Democrats in our party. Because what happens is, when a conservative Democrat who is pro-life or pro-traditional family, he's a Democrat, right? But our far left Democrats, right, they attack him, just like what you're seeing there, right?
Yeah.
They attack them, and next thing you know, they're either not running again or a Republican is taking their seat. Now, what does that do to us from a number standpoint in the Tennessee House? It puts us in a super minority, right? And I tell people, I told people this, right? I'm so glad we're having this conversation. I'm glad we can use this platform to say this. In the Tennessee House of Representatives, mostly Black folks are in leadership positions. Think about what I just said. Mostly Black folks are in leadership positions. Leader Karen Kemper, right? You got Vincent Dixie was the chair of the Tennessee House Democrats, and I was the vice chair before that, and then you got the Black Caucus, and the Black Caucus is the majority of the Tennessee House Democrats. I told our caucus, black and white, in one room, I said, listen, I said, the Black members came to the leadership positions, not because we're so brilliant in leadership, which we are, right? But politics is math. I said, the white Democrats ran their own members off because they were conservative Democrats. And when y'all ran them off, the numbers flipped and it became more Black folks in the caucus than it was white Democrats. So politics is math, right? So while you're castrating or crucifying a conservative Democrat, guess what? Them Republicans are increasing their numbers because you ran somebody off in a different part of the state that had to be conservative in his area. Think about it, right? And so we really have to really take a step back and retool and strategize on how we do things, right? How we move. You follow me? One of the things, going back to what Representative Vincent Dixie said at the end of that video, he said, "I respect the man. He's a Black man first,
yeah,
and then he is the state representative, and he has his policy on how he votes, and I have mine. They're different in some cases. Sometimes they're the same, but remember, that person has a constituency to represent. That's what they come up there for.
That's period.
Yeah. But let me give y'all this last thing on that, right? Black people and Rachel, and I really want to hear you.
I can't wait to hear what my folks saying.
Right.
Yeah, I want to hear it
Right.
too.
Yeah, and that's great.
Look,
Black people, Rachel, watch this though. Black people are naturally conservative. Think about when you pull up at Big Mama house on a Sunday. What that setting looks like, right? Try to pull up with anybody and see what happens in your family household, right? And so there are a lot of people that, and I tell them white Republicans all the time, man, y'all use conservative as a buzzword, right? When it's convenient for you. But Black families, Black people are truly conservative, and
you do have some Black
communities.
conservative. You do, you do. I mean, I got Theron on here. She said conservative Democrats need to be with the conservative party,
well,
aka
that's
Republicans.
why our numbers are exactly what they are.
So you saying it's a strategy to?
You can't think about it. Well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. And Theron, we appreciate you. We do. We got to bring her on the show.
Yeah, we got to bring Theron.
Give me five more. Give me five more. But watch this though.
Yeah.
Watch this. A left-leaning Democrat cannot win in Cookeville, right? Okay, let me give you an example. When you're in Shelby County, right, you're on the Blue Mountaintop. When you leave here, that shit drop off. You drop to the pits of pits when you leave out of Shelby County. Then you pick back up to a little smaller, a big plateau in Nashville. Right? And then when you leave Nashville, you drop into the deeper pits, right, of conservative space, right? And then you might pick up some in Chattanooga. And you pick up some in Knoxville. But in them in between spaces, it's conservative country. How in the hell, Theron, can a Democrat win if he says I'm for trans women playing sports against girls in high school, or I'm against I want your guns, or I want I'm anti-gun, or I am anti anti-abortion in these conservative spaces. There's no way possible that they can win. But we had conservative Democrats. John Mark Wendell. I remember Kevin, I forgot Kevin's last name. He was a conservative Democrat, but our left-leaning wings, and like John DeBerry, our left-leaning wings, they started tearing them up.
Sellouts. They call it
tearing them up. But guess what? We're paying for that shit today. You see what I'm saying? And we're supposed to be the party of the Big Tent party, remember? The party of everyone, right? But our own folks are eating our own folks. And now we're paying because there is a super majority that is eating our asses alive up there every single day.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
Let me see.
Now, I want to hear from you, not your. I want to know. I want to hear from you.
No, I mean, for me.
Yeah, step up to your mic too.
So
and it's okay,
Yeah, I like for me, like I'm on here, I'm listening, but I do think that we have to figure out strategy. I've been reading a book, seven principles. Anyway,
of successful people.
No, it's not successful people. It's talking about strategy, right?
Okay.
And so it's coming against the ideas that we have when we talking about how we make progress for our people. And so some people are ascribed to incremental change and figuring out the system in order to make it work for us. And then some people saying abolish the system. Like we got to go against the system because the system don't work for us. It's doing exactly what it's designed to do. You know what I'm saying? And so here we are. I'm hearing your conversation. You like, it's no way to win.
No, I'm not saying that at all.
Okay.
That's not what I said. So don't put that in my mouth.
Okay, what do you say?
Because I'm winning.
Right. Okay. When you say you winning,
I'm winning.
When you say you winning,
right.
But with what you describing though, you know what I'm saying? When you have to lean a little bit where you are not really representative of the people that we saying we really fighting for.
Well, but I'm not leaning. No. See, here's the thing. This it's such a dynamic space, and I appreciate what you're saying because it adds to the conversation. Everybody's district has an expectation, right? So you are elected by people that have an expectation. I'm on year 15, because I'm meeting my people's expectation. You follow me? My people didn't want the trans women playing sports in our high schools. They did not want that, right? And I'm delivering what they want, not what Antonio Parkinson wants, but what my constituency wants, right? And so with John Mark Wendell, he was in a heavily Republican district. He had more Republicans in his district than Democrats, and he was a Democrat that was elected. He was conservative. Right, and they were okay with it. But
so I guess my question is, why not be Republican instead of being Democrat and then represent that constituency?
Let me respond to that question.
That's a good question.
That is a good question, and let me respond to it. That's a great question. Let me respond to it because then you're adding to their supermajority. So why not be a Democrat and be allowed to vote your constituency? That's who voted. So so you're saying give up, right? Give up as a Democrat. And walk away and just give that to them.
But you saying because right now we at wars between what you saying your constituency want and what party you represent. And so for me, I'm standing here like I'm not representing no party. I'm not talking about Democrat. I'm not talking about Republican. I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying, like literally like being open, trying to be objective as possible, asking you like if you represent the constituency that have more so conservative views, why not just go ahead and run for a Republican seat?
You ain't got to because these are Democrats. This constituency is Democrat. They are Democrats that have conservative views.
Okay, but why not be a Republican that has some Democratic views?
Right. Yeah.
I'm saying I get what you. Okay, that's okay. But why not be that?
Flip it. That's what I'm saying. Flip it. If you go on that side and vote against them.
Because watch this. Because
I don't know.
So let me answer your question. Because your constituency, they're Democrats that have conservative views. They are not Republicans with liberal views.
Gotcha.
They're Democrats. I'll give you an example.
Maybe they don't know that. Maybe
in my district, we got a lot of pastors. We got a lot of churches in my district, right? Yeah. You know, and a lot of them are just not with the rainbow flag stuff. You know, not all of. They're not against all of it. They're against certain principles. They tell you, like they don't want children under the age of 18. You know, getting sex change operations or sex changing drugs. They don't want that, right? They don't want the trans women playing sports in high school with regular females. They don't want that. They are vocal about that. They are Democrats. But here's the thing. Here's where we as Democrats miss our own principle.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
Bring that back to me because I want them to see this.
Okay.
We say we are the big tent party. We welcome everyone until you slightly go against, one of these areas. And watch this. And the areas, the two main areas are LGBTQ issues, right? And not the guns and abortion. You see what I'm saying? You're on the wall again. But that's okay. It's all good.
No, I'm listening.
And so either we are going to be that big tent party, and we're going to be okay with conservative Democrats. I can tell you this: the Republicans ain't running their moderate Republicans off. There were moderate Republicans that have been up there for a long time and are still up there, and they are united. But because you have some of us that think just a little bit differently than the others, but on all of the other Democratic issues, they're there. We start attacking our own and crucifying them, and we shouldn't do that. That's why we are in a super fucking minority right now. That's why my job is harder, right? Navigating them waters, right? Because you'll have I'll give you an example. You'll have situations where some of our people, they throwing rocks at these folks, right? And it's okay. But coming up there, and Rachel, you're an activist, right?
So this is the thing,
right?
I'm still doing everything.
Right. You want me now? She multitasking, right? Look, Rachel, you're an activist, right?
So
I come from the activist community.
Yeah,
too,
so
right?
I am an activist, but I'm leaning towards going away from that terminology because they use that terminology to weaponize it. So,
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right. I was just going. That's where I was going. I'm an activist, right? I come from the activist community. I'm the one that we fought and stood to get the Raleigh Springs Mall torn down. That's why you're seeing all the growth in our area now. And so, but as a legislator, I have to find the balance. You follow me? Find the balance. Fight the fights. For me, this is my thing.
Yeah.
I am not fighting unnecessary fights. I'm gonna fight the real fights, the fights that really, truly, truly matter to our people and matter to folks. My thing is this. Everybody, I don't give a damn. You LGBTQ, you blue, green, red, or what? You want money back in your house. That's what I'm fighting for. You want to be able to go to the doctor without filing bankruptcy. Tennessee is number one for that. Filing bankruptcy for healthcare, right? You want to make sure your schools are good, right? And your children have good schools, right? And you want to be safe. I don't give a damn if you waving the rainbow flag or the POW flag. You want those four things. I will fight to the end for those things. And guess what? That's most of the people in the middle, Republican, Democrat, or whatever.
Okay, somebody asked a question. Somebody said, ask him, does he know the percentage of the LG? This is turned into a campaign round. Sorry.
Hey.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna read the comments. Okay.
Yeah. Ask.
Do you know the percentage of the LGBT? Make sure I get all the LGBTQ folks in his district, because if he don't, then he's not doing his due diligence and speaking with the entire contention. And
let me who asked that question? I want to respond to him personally. Who asked it? Theron. Okay, Theron.
Dwayne said he need to be on the show. Dwayne Jackson said he need to be on the show.
We'd be happy to bring Dwayne on. He's a black
I don't know
Republican.
who you are.
Dwayne is a black Republican.
You don't know Dwayne?
Yeah,
You don't know? Oh, you got to get to know Dwayne.
Let me answer Theron's question. Because that's a valid question. Theron, here's my response to your question. I do not know what the percentage of LGBTQ people are in my district. However, I am the most accessible legislator, elected official in all of, not Shelby County, Tennessee. So there's no way you can't get in touch with me. So if you are one of my constituents, all my constituents, they hit me messenger, cell phone. I give my cell phone number to my constituents.
It's 901.
Look, email and everything. So but again, I don't care who you're having sex with. That ain't even none of my business.
Nobody's.
I ain't gonna tell you who I'm having sex with.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Right.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Look, we got a couple. Look, we done ran over two. That's two.
They added two extra segments to this conversation.
That was really good.
God.
But the question
the
is,
thing that we talking
right?
about.
But the question is, y'all, once they go over to that other side,
They come back.
we're talking about black folks, not Democrats and Republicans now. So once they go over to that other side, should they be accepted back?
Balls dripper like a broke faucet, diamond teeter, emanate glossing, project flossing, taking no lossing. Ain't trying to go up that creek like Dawson. Ain't no pausing, no stagnation. Pockets on swole like pregnation. Brand new house, brand new cars. I'm from the hood, gentrification. Money flipper, straight go getter. I want the back and keep the liquor. Partner strapped in, we never slipper. God gon' keep us, he gon' deliver. Pata, still on the money, the bag. Some more and some more, my face on that flag. Ew, still on the money, the bag. Some more and some more, my face on that flag.
Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Mic check, this your boy, Pimp Type, MJG. Yeah, man, and this your dog, Big Ball. And y'all know what this is. This the Antonio Parkinson Project. You hear me?
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
Powered by Black Market Strategies.